Good morning, students. Welcome to GEPDOC, Gayatri Vidya Parishad Department of Chemistry. And today the class is for Chemistry Paper 6 online classes. And today's topic is bioinorganic chemistry. Bioinorganic chemistry. You know that bioinorganic chemistry is the branch of chemistry which deals with inorganic elements and their functions in human body, animals, plants and trees. And these inorganic elements are classified into two types. One is essential and second one is non-essential elements. As per essential elements, again further they classified into two types. Elements which are useful to maintain living state of tissues or the whole body are called macroelements, and microelements, elements which are available in diet, in microorganisms, elements which are available in diet in micrograms are known as microelements. These elements are also known as trace elements or oligoelements. Example: copper, zinc, cobalt, manganese, iodine, etc. That means these elements are also useful in our body, but in very lesser quantities, not in higher quantities. In lesser quantities they are useful for our body. Okay. And the second one is non-essential elements. These elements are not actually non-essential, but their function is unknown in metabolism. Means their function in the body is till today it is unknown. Example: boron, silicon, arsenic, nickel, aluminum, vanadium, etc. Okay. And now significance of calcium. Significance of calcium. In the significance of calcium source, calcium is rich in milk, dairy products, egg yolk, beans, lentils, cabbage and cauliflower. And the significance of calcium, it is useful in muscular contractions, maintaining cell permeability, useful in mineralization of cartilage into bone, and useful in the growth of human body by the development of bones, and useful in blood coagulation, and useful in the activation of enzymes like lipase, ATP, and is useful in neuromuscular transmission. And deficiency of calcium. If the calcium is deficient in blood plasma, then the condition is called hypocalcemia. And generally this hypocalcemia is the manifestation of hypoparathyroidism. Due to the hypothyroidism, calcium excretion will be increased in our body, and due to this there will be a damage in bones and peripheral nerves. That is what is called hypocalcemia. And the next one is hypercalcemia. Actually this is not a deficiency, this is efficiency of calcium. Due to this efficiency, this is what is called hypercalcemia, but here hypocalcemia, it is written hypocalcemia. And this is the manifestation of hyperparathyroidism, and due to this there will be a depression in nervous system, weakness in muscles and loss of appetite, and sometimes there will be a constipation also. And in children, due to the deficiency of calcium and deficiency of D, vitamin D and phosphorus, it causes a disease called rickets. And what is rickets? You all know about bowed legs. Children, somebody has bowed legs is called a disease called rickets, generally found in children. And next in adults, the deficiency of calcium causes a disease called osteoporosis. Osteoporosis in elder people, that means about 50 plus people, there will be a disease called osteoporosis, and the main symptoms of this osteoporosis is brittle bones, and even minor accidents may cause fractures in the bones. So this is about the first class of bioinorganic chemistry students. Thank you for your cooperation, and please go through these slides and notes. Thank you.